Unfollow anybody who you're scrolling through their feed and it makes you feel yucky. I don't care if it's your mother-in-law or your best friend since you were 12. Block that hoe. Sorry, not sorry. This is how you learn to become unapologetically you and block out the noise that no longer serves you and or makes you feel bad about how you feel about something because it's in contradiction to what they believe. You're listening to the Unapologetically Unstoppable podcast. It's about going deep into who you were made to be and following that, no matter what. Where your calling is in the front seat and fear, well, it's trying to stop you, but fuck that guy. And getting the tools and tips to become unstoppable. I'm your host, Jeanette Peterson, where not too long ago, I had to find my calling. Here, you'll hear from me and other online experts on how to discover your calling, the steps to make it happen, and how to monetize it. I believe when we're unapologetic about our calling, we become an unstoppable, expansive force. So let's get started. Hey girl, hey. So, this weekend, I did a lot of thinking, okay? And because I've had a lot of space to do a lot of thinking, that normally means something's about to go down. You know, have you ever seen have you ever seen Beauty and the Beast where LeFou is like, that's a dangerous pastime, talking about thinking. That's how I feel. Like, I can't be left alone to my own devices, y'all, because things about to get crazy up in here. I don't know. You just can't leave me alone to think by myself. But I also think that that's the only way to make change. I mean, you gotta block out the noise, get quiet. I am a avid ADHDer, which means I have to be doing something at all times. Which means if I'm doing a jigsaw puzzle, it also means I'm listening to something or a show and or talking to my husband at the same time. My brain has to be going in 15 different directions in order for me to even think clearly sometimes. Are you like that? Is that just me? It might just be me. All that to say, the times that I get the best downloads from the Holy Spirit, from God, about what I'm supposed to do is when I'm laying in bed about to go to sleep. Dead quiet. There's no lights on. And I'm not even thinking about work. I'm just thinking about sleep. I just mantra in my head that's like, sleep, sleep, sleep. And things just pop into my head. And that's when the best ideas come. When I actually get quiet and lay down, which is weird, right? I think that's weird. Not normally. Sometimes my brain will just be going in 15 million directions of I need to do this, I should. And all these things I should be doing or need to be doing or I'm late on or whatever that don't actually matter. But when I sit down and I lay down, that's when things come to me that are like, oh yes, this is good. Oh yes, this is good. Unexpectedly. I mean, I can't make this up. It's not something that I put in my head to come to my head. I don't know. It's just when I get quiet and I just am not expecting anything. That's when things are coming to my head. So I encourage you this week to block out the noise. And when I say block out the noise, I mean block out the noise. I'm a huge fan of unfollow. Unfollow anybody who you're scrolling through their feed and it makes you feel yucky. I don't care if it's your mother-in-law or your best friend since you were 12. Block that hoe. Sorry, not sorry. This is how you learn to become unapologetically you and block out the noise that no longer serves you and or makes you feel bad about how you feel about something because it's in contradiction to what they believe, which is okay. I don't know if you know this, but it's okay not to agree with everything your mother-in-law and or your best friend since you were 5 said or says. You don't have to fight about it. You just don't have to agree. And I'm talking on Facebook and Instagram. Wherever your feed leads you, unfollow. And I'm talking about yucky ads too that make you feel gross on the inside. I was like scrolling this morning on Instagram because who doesn't do that before they start work? Which is probably not healthy. Another subject. And it was like talking about like, yeah, I went to this plastic surgeon. I know I don't have the sound on either. I went to this plastic surgeon and she told me to get this skin firming cream for my postpartum belly. And I was like, I almost clicked on it. But I'm like, I don't actually have a problem with my body. I feel fine in my body. There's some things that I don't like about my body, meaning like I wish I had more energy to do X, Y, and Z, but I don't actually mind the way it looks. And then I started thinking, do I mind the way it looks? Do I want a flat tummy? No, I don't. Like, why am I even thinking about stuff like that? Unfollow ad. Like, get this ad out of here. I don't want to see this because this is making me feel insecure about something that I've already worked through. And if I was in the middle of working through something like that, it would definitely be a trigger. So, unfollow, unsubscribe, everything. I want you to think about this about people in your actual life too. Look at the last 10 people that you've called or texted with. And does this person bring me joy or does this person suck my joy? Sometimes it's like symbiotic or you suck a little joy, they bring you a little joy, right? I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about 90% of the time when I interact with this person, I am drained after this conversation. I'm putting more energy into them than they are this relationship. They gotta go. I'm gonna talk about your husband. That's a therapy thing. I'm talking about other people. I don't even care if it's your boss. If it's your boss, you need to have some very big boundaries about how and when you talk to that person. So if all of a sudden I just stop talking to you, girl, sometimes I just need to rest and relax. Get my mind right. And sometimes you might be triggering me. I don't know. Do you talk about your weight a lot? I don't want to hear that. I just can't hear that. I got a lot of weight issues, okay? Worked through them. I don't want to go back there. It's like leading an alcoholic back to the well. I'm not going there. I know what I can handle and I can't handle that. And there's nothing wrong with not being able to handle it. Knowing yourself, that's fine. You don't have to go there. Protect your peace. Listen to your heart. I don't know that song all the way. And I don't sing, so please don't make me do it again. But if your heart is saying, ew, yuck. If it's immediate contraction, when you talk to somebody, you're around somebody, you hear their name, ew, yuck. Unsubscribe, unfollow now. Like do it now. There's no reason to sit there and continue to be in this place. Move on. And that's okay. So this week, we're just going to unfollow and unsubscribe from lots of people. You might go down from 100. Like, I don't like to unfriend people on Facebook. I don't know why. I just don't. It's easier to unfollow. So I just unfollow as they come through my feed saying something stupid. And it's not because I don't agree with them. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. Like, people are having issues with Juneteenth being a holiday. Sometimes I'll read them and it will spark an intelligent thought process in my head. Those people I keep. Some people just say stuff out of ignorance. Those people I get rid of. You don't have to agree with me for me to unfollow you, and you don't have to disagree with me for me to unfollow. It just depends on how you make me feel about what you're saying. Okay? I do think that we need to have different points of view. I do think that we need to understand other people's points of view. I'm saying we need to be open. But if they're using language that you don't like, if they're saying things in a way that you don't like because it's triggering to you, unsubscribe, unfollow, goodbye. I have a friend that I'm like this close to unfollowing. I love her. I love her a lot. But she's making me feel inadequate, and that's a me thing. That is not a her thing. What she's doing is I feel like I should be shouting her from the rooftops, but I'm having a feeling about it. So that's a me thing. I need to work through that. So I'm going to unfollow her for a little while until I can work through that. I'm still her friend. I still love her. I just can't see her stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? Having a little jelly girl moment. Okay? I'm just having a little jelly girl moment. And I don't want my feelings of inadequacy that has nothing to do with her lead me to be a worse friend to her because I'm having this moment. So I want you to think about that this week. Unsubscribe, unfollow for the right reasons. All right, girl. I'll see you on the flippity flop. Oh my goodness. Now, I know you're ready to take this to the next level. So what you need to do is go to Facebook, join a community of badass, unapologetically unstoppable women at the Unapologetically Unstoppable Community. And you can find me on the grams at Jeanette.Peterson or at Peterson and Bell. This podcast was created by me, Jeanette Peterson, and Allison Hartman. Our producer is the Amy Williams. Talk soon.